Greetings, I'm Tom Story.
And I'm Brianna Lane, and this is The Desk. Real news for real. First, breaking news. Does Dr. Ben Carson know what he's talking about? Not according to his own advisors or even his own social media. The frontrunner for the Republican nomination for president and apparent sleepwalker has come under fire for not having a command of world events or history. And recent statements from his own campaign are making matters worse. First, there's the map of America Carson posted this week. Something strange is going on up in that northeast corner. For Carson voters, northeast means top right. Take a look. Yes, the U.S. seems to have changed shape over there, or at least become sexually excited. That's because Carson's map moves 5 states: Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine, up by about 150 miles, giving Massachusetts a border with Canada and the eastern seaboard a new coastline. Here's a closer look, with the real map on the left and Carson's, of course, on the right. Carson's map also gives a portion of Maryland over to Virginia, because why not? Who cares about those states anyway? And stretches other states to the east. Carson supporters, however, defend the former brain surgeon, saying that the Constitution says that in order to be president, one must only be over 35 and born in the U.S. Not a requirement, being able to pick out America on a map.
But don't just take our word for it. Listen to Dr. Carson's own advisors, who told the New York Times that Carson has, quote, struggled to master the intricacies of Middle East and national security, and that intense tutoring was having little effect, unquote. One top advisor said the campaign needed to hold weekly conference calls with the candidate in order to, quote, make him smart, unquote. But so far it wasn't working. And after Carson couldn't come up with one name of a single U.S. ally during a Fox News interview, another top advisor told the Times, quote, he's been briefed on it so many times, I guess he just froze. Still, hardline conservative voters have embraced Carson, noting that they too knew nothing about foreign policy, but they did know they don't like gay people. And as long as Carson continues to be crystal clear about his homophobia, then he's a genius in their book.
Of course, none of this should come as a surprise. Not only has Carson made some bizarre statements recently about the pyramids being secret grain silos, which they weren't, and having secret intelligence about the Chinese being involved in the Syrian conflict. He doesn't, and they weren't. But also, take a look at the man's house, specifically this biblical quote chiseled into the wall. More specifically, the word Proverbs, which Carson has changed to Proverbs. Sadly, there's no spell check for stone carvings, so who knows if Ben ever noticed the mistake. But pro tip, Dr. Carson, next time you hire a chiseler, try penciling in the words first.
Not only can Carson not spell Proverbs, evidence shows he may not understand the part of this particular proverb that talks about humility. After all, photos show that Carson's home is a far from humble shrine to himself, including paintings of himself on the walls, numerous display cases filled with awards and Carson memorabilia, and this portrait of Ben Carson posing together with Jesus. Way to follow that proverb about humility, Dr. Carson. It's almost enough to make you think that maybe, just maybe, we as a society have been vastly overvaluing the brain power of brain surgeons. At the desk, I'm Tom Story.
And I'm Brianna Lane, and that's what you need to know today.
There's more news where that came from.
Check out more episodes of The Desk and subscribe here for daily updates.
Subscribe where? I don't see anything.